Hey Bells, I am coming at you not via live video today, but from Birmingham and via just a straight up video because I am not going to have any time tomorrow and I wanted to talk to y'all about something. So I'm on my work trip right now, not feeling good. Hope it's not the coronavirus, which is local now to where I live. So, anyways, I'm on my work trip, and it's similar to Color Street Conference. They like house all of us in this hotel. They bring in motivational speaker. They give us classes and everything. This is the top 25% of our company, of our mortgage loan people. And so they brought in this dude, and this doesn't specifically have to do with mortgage, but he's an executive coach. His name is Steve Scanlon, and I'll tag his website down below and a little quiz that you can take that has to do with what I'm about to talk about. But it got me really pumped up, and I really wanted to share it with y'all, so I couldn't pass up my Fun Topics Friday. He's an executive coach. So basically, people hire him to come in and train their executives one-on-one and shift their mindset, figure out why they're not getting the results that they're getting. And he said that the number one reason why people are not getting the results that they're getting is due to stress. And I thought that was really interesting. He gave a lot of examples, but he started out by saying, there are a lot of things that we know we should do, but we don't. And in this business, think about yourself right now. Everything that I talk about from my notes right here, relate it to your business somehow. Because that's all I'm ever doing is I'm hearing people talk about things that are not related to my Color Street business, but I'm finding a way to relate them, okay? And being motivated by that to change, okay? So he said there are so many times and so many things that we know we should do, we know we should be doing, or we know that we shouldn't do, but we don't listen and we don't change and we don't do those things we know we should do. But why? So he's all into like the neuroscience part of it, and got really scientific, which I'm not going to be able to just replay all of that for y'all because I don't retain information well. So that's why I have to take notes. But I wasn't so much interested in like the neuroscience part of it, though that's interesting and that's how he got this research. But I wanted to share some of the notes that I had written down that I think apply to our business. So all of this will have to do with why we don't do the things that we know that we should do. And he's like, why are we stressed? People yelled out in the audience, and they're like, because we're busy. Like in mortgage right now, we're so busy. Like I haven't had time to focus on Color Street in the past week at all. I'm behind on mailing. Full-time working Color Street stylist, can you feel me? Like I'm behind right now, and that stresses me out, okay? But he says we're addicted to it, that our culture has created an environment for us where we are addicted to stress. So what causes stress in our bodies? This is the neuroscience part. There's a hormone in our bodies called cortisol, which is the only negative hormone in our body. So all of this that I'm about to talk about has to do with that hormone being caused by certain actions that we take, right? So why don't we do the things that we know we should do? Here's a quote from Warren Buffett: busy is the new stupid. So I read a book, or I began to read a book not long ago. I'm so terrible at finishing things, and I'm the first to admit it, okay? But I read a book, or I started reading it, called The 4-Hour Workday. This is whenever I really got into my Color Street business, and I was like, this side hustle thing, there's really something to this. And I started getting really good results from it, and I'm like, my business from my day job, I can work from home. I can do it from anywhere. Hell, while I was reading that book, I was sitting on the beach, working, reading a book, and color streeting at the same time, okay? This 4-hour workday is about creating the life that you want to live, right? And the life that I want to live, I don't know about y'all, is is not stressful. It's not busy. But it's relaxing and peaceful and satisfying. So, busy is the new stupid, according to Warren Buffett. He's pretty smart. I don't know if you know who that is, but you should. Google it. Anyways, he said you've got to shift your mindset from this is hard to I can do this thing. And that's a really hard thing to do, and he acknowledged that. So, I'll give you that tip in a little bit. He asked us then, he said, how many of you consider yourself as blessed? He was like, you don't have to be a person of faith, but how many of you consider yourself as blessed? I mean, probably the only like 1% of people in the room who didn't raise their hand were just lazy or tired or not paying attention. Everybody in the room raised their hand. They all consider themselves as blessed. Now, we're speaking to the top 25% mortgage originators in our company, okay, so they're probably pretty blessed. But just on a general level, everyone raised their hand. And I would assume if I'm speaking to all of you right now, I'm asking you the same question. Do you consider yourself blessed? The answer is yeah. You probably do. There are a lot of things that you're grateful for. You're grateful for your family. You're grateful for your kids, your spouse, your job, the ability to not live paycheck to paycheck, love, your God, your church, your work, your Color Street business, your community, your pets, sunshine, like whatever. You're grateful and you are blessed. Okay? Change is tough, especially when staying the same has brought you so many blessings. So, are you blessed? Yeah, I'm blessed. But am I getting the things that I need to be who I need to be for y'all and for my family and for my jobs? Am I getting those things that I need, or am I doing things to prevent myself from being the person that I need to be and raising my stress cortisol level by saying I don't have time for that? These things, getting more sleep, exercise, meditation, these things are really good for lowering stress cortisol levels. And I'm saying I don't have time for them. And I would almost venture to say, like, bragging about it. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm so busy right now. Why am I bragging? You know? Like, don't brag about that. Like, that's stress and anxiety, and you're holding it in your body. And you're not being the best version of yourself that you need to be. So, he was talking about stress and being busy. Busy is the new stupid, according to Warren. He said, everyone's like, things are just so crazy right now. Like, I don't have time. I'm going to put it off until after this crazy period. After I finish planning my kid's birthday party. After I get my taxes in, I will join Color Street. After I get finished planning my kids' birthday parties and our trips for Color Street, I will find time to get more parties for our business, for my business. I will focus on recruiting after things slow down a little bit for me at work. Okay? He said, how many crazy times do you have to go through to realize it's not a crazy time? Like, that's just how life is. That's how you let life be, actually. And I was like, oh God, he's right. Like, things are not crazy. I made them crazy. I'm making them crazy. Things could be a lot more simple, right? So he said, if we don't transform our stress, we will transmit it. You know, good salespeople are happy salespeople, and happy salespeople can't be stressed out salespeople. And believe it or not, you're a salespeople, and I'm a salespeople in my business. And so, sales jobs can be really stressful, you know. And I don't know if anyone promised you whenever you first started that this is going to be just super easy and super fun. But there are hard times, and I don't know if y'all felt that in the first couple months, January and February. Those were hard, and they were slow. In March, we're really hopeful for. Come on, bundles. But if someone told you that things are going to be easy and that it wouldn't be stressful, like, they were just dead wrong. Any business that you want to grow and that you want to change in and learn from and be better and make your testimony for all of your team to share with, it's not going to be easy. He said, let me be the first person to give you advice about change. It's hard. It's hard. This business is hard. If you've never done it before, you're learning. You're learning this business, and it's not easy. Especially if you've never done social media before, especially if you're not used to talking to people and building relationships outside of your personal circle. This business is hard and change is hard, okay? But you can't be the best you to open up to change while you're all super stressed out and anxious about everything, and anxious about talking to people and going live, and anxious about all of these things. Anxious and stress, they both create that same cortisol hormone. And so, how do we change it? How do we lower our stress level? Sleep was the number one. Or rest, he said. Enjoy. He put enjoy life. Enjoy your business. Like, let go of the goals and don't hate me for that. Some people are going to hate me. Let go of the pressure of the goals. Don't lose sight of your goals. Let go of the pressure of the goals. And remember why you started doing it to begin with. I've told you that before. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process and what you're becoming and what you're getting out of it and what you're turning into because of this business. Okay? So rest, get lots of sleep, lower your stress level, meditate, exercise. That's how you get lots of sleep. No caffeine, no alcohol, or very limited. Wellness, exercise part, we've talked about. Integrate, this is a big one. And Kelly actually did a live yesterday about integration. What I mean by integration is surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are open to change and who are not closed off and stuck in their set ways. Okay? Open yourself up by integrating yourself with other people who are doing the things that you want to do. Okay? Release. Let it go. Let it go. Release it. Let go of the crap you cannot change. We didn't get bundles in February. Let it go. Okay? You didn't get it, let it go. You didn't hit your rank, let it go. You didn't BQ, let it go. It doesn't matter. Stress level, out the freaking roof. You're stressed out about something that at the end of the freaking day doesn't matter. We are so blessed to have this company and to have Color Street and our businesses and everything that we've created. We are so blessed, right? But then we're making ourselves stressed out about what we're doing to get there. And that's not how we're supposed to do it, okay? That's not how I want you to do it. That's not how we do it on this team, okay? The last one is execute. There are so many times, tell me right now, there are so many times that you've listened to one of my videos, to one of Kelly's videos, to one of Sarah Tilton, Becca Sheely, Brittany Metke. You've listened to people's videos, any of the motivational podcasts that you've listened to, YouTube videos, and you've listened to them. You got so fired up, like I am right now, about this dude's speech, and then I left the room and I didn't freaking do anything about it. I just went back to the way I was because I was blessed, and blessed had got me to where I am now. but I'm stressed while I'm blessed. Okay, and I want to start showing up as the person that y'all need me to be, the person that my family needs me to be, and that my customers need me to be, so I can be the best version of myself. And believe it or not, studies show that multitasking is actually terrible for your results. And the people who say they work better under pressure, it's a lie. You don't. Focus on one thing at a time. So don't take all of these things that I'm giving you and go look up Headspace app for meditation and tell your husband, you with the kids tonight, I'm getting 8 hours of sleep tonight. Don't go like putting yourself in that where you have all of these commitments now and you're going to walk away from them. Okay? Do one thing at a time and execute it. Do one thing at a time for your business and execute it. Go through, follow through with why you signed up for this business. It was important enough for you to sign up in the first place. Okay, but life happened. You got a little bit stressed out. You put it on the back burner. You thought about quitting. You quit. But get back there. Okay? If you can do these things to prevent yourself from getting to that headspace in the first place, then you won't ever get to that spot. Okay? And we're all practicing. Even dude stood up there and was like, I'm practicing with you. Like, I'm on this journey with you. I'm on the Color Street journey with you. I struggle making myself get parties and recruiting and finding content for y'all and making resources with y'all. I struggle the balance between my work life and my Color Street life. I struggle with it. And it's okay to struggle, but I'm going to make my testimony, so I can share it with you. And that's what you've got to do as you're building a team, okay? But you can only do that when you're the best version of yourself, and you can't be the best version of yourself if you're stressed out. So that's why this hit home for me, because we didn't join Color Street to add something else to our plate. We joined Color Street because it was fun, and the nails are pretty. And our friend was making money, and we wanted to make money too. And it looked easy, but it's not. It takes work. So you got to mitigate it. The only way to mitigate it is to reduce your level of cortisol, to get out of the mindset that busy is the way that life should be, because it's not. You do not work better under pressure. You don't. Do you still get it done sometimes? Yeah, I do. Because I use that phrase a lot. And I'm wrong. And I heard it today. So, he said, let me make sure there's nothing on this page before I get into the test. There's 3 things that you can do to put this into plan. Take action. He said, if you leave and don't do anything different, then all of this was for nothing. You're not going to change, and you're going to be fine. You're still blessed. That doesn't change. And you'll still get things done under pressure. Okay? Stop multitasking. Do one thing very well and move on to the next thing. Take time away. Some of you are not going to like this. Take time away from your family, from your day job. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 2 on the weekend, maybe it's early in the morning, maybe it's late at night after your kids go to bed, but take time away to work on your business. Stop multitasking. Stop doing your business at the same time that you're doing your day job, at the same time that you're being with your family. You have to be present. They're the most important after all, right? He said, learn to practice metacognition. That sounds kind of weird to me. I was like, metacognition, what does that mean? Okay. See yourself outside of yourself. So hang with me here for a second. He put up a picture. It was like a graphic, and it was like me here, but then also there's me here, and I'm looking at me. So I'm looking at me and I'm being like, I notice me being very stressed out. That's interesting. Wonder what's causing me to be stressed out. That's metacognition. And metacognition is like realizing your state and being aware. And when you can be aware of whenever you get into that mind space, when you can be aware of whenever you've said yes too many times, if you're a yes person, that's life-changing. And that's one thing that I really love about all of the self-love and the self-help and everything, is that metacognition and awareness. That's one thing that meditation really helps with. Like, that's huge. If you can recognize like your own weaknesses and grow from them, that's huge. If you can recognize the things in your business and grow from it and change it and execute it, that's huge. A little bit at a time, but that's huge. Okay? Learn to practice metacognition. He said, when you give time, think about it. Like, I'm giving time to you right now. I'm giving time to think about your Color Street business. You didn't have time before you started Color Street. No one had time. Someone asked you to do something you didn't want to do, you'd say, I don't have time for that. Someone asked you to do Color Street and it's really fun and you were really passionate about it, you signed up, you made time for it. He said, when you give time to something, you convince yourself you have an abundance of it. You have an abundance of time. I thought that was interesting. Somehow I made a crap ton of time for Color Street, didn't I? Anyways, there's a test that you can take. And this dude talked about lizard brain, or something called lizard brain. That's really super weird. But basically, the thought behind it is that lizards really like basking in the sun and being in the sun. And whenever the shade comes, like, they get stressed out and they scurry and they run into the sun, right? Because they're familiar with it and they like it and it makes them feel good, and there's like a lot of like things going on in their brain, the neuroscience part, that makes them want to stay in the sun. Okay, and that's you wanting to stay in the sun, not doing live videos, not asking for parties, not doing your trainings, not looking for things to better yourself. Okay, so lizard brain, he said, your lizard brain, that's what he calls it, craves 4 things. Familiarity, things being super familiar to you, that's really comfortable and comfort level. Your lizard brain craves being right. We all think we're right, don't we? Your lizard brain craves habits, things that are habitual. And your lizard brain craves control. That's probably a big one for a lot of us. So you have to create a habit. If it's a schedule for your business, if it's follow-ups, if it's, reaching out to your team and coaching them on a regular basis, if it's posting in your VIP group that you just can't seem to get down that scheduling button, making a habit of it. And how long does it take to make a habit? It's different for everybody. But I think he said the consensus was like 21 to 30 days or something. But there's a test for you to see what you score with this lizard brain and which one is the worst one for you. And then it kind of helps you figure out how to move past that. That way you can lower your stress cortisol level and still, talking about being busy, being still your lizard brain. No more scurrying. Okay, you have to get out of the sunlight sometimes, referencing the lizard, and get into the uncomfortable to change into the person that you want to be. And you can do that by lowering your stress level, right? And that's how it's all connecting. So I want y'all to all go and take this quiz. It's just really interesting to me. You may not find it interesting, but maybe some of you do. Okay? But these are things that we got to let go of to change in our business. They're things we have to let go of. Familiarity, being right all of the time, habits, and control. okay? And to be the best version of yourself, you gotta reduce your stress level. You can't be the best you without doing that. So, anyways, I got really fired up today, and I hope that you found a way to relate this to your business and you understand where I'm coming from, and the fact that if you want to show up as the best version of yourself, which I know you've seen that quote before, if you want to show up as the best version of you, you can't be walking around saying that you don't have time for the things that you know you need to do. Why don't you have time? Because you've made your life so busy that you're stressed out and you're anxious about it all the time. And I've just given you ways to reduce it. What you do with that information is up to you. Just like all of the training videos that you've ever seen. Okay? But you gotta execute on something and make a change. I hope this was helpful to somebody, because I know that when we're adding on to our plates, we can just get way more stressed out than we need to be. And it doesn't have to be that way. Make time for things. Okay, schedule things out. Time block. Communicate. Communicate with your spouse to set time aside. And say, hey hun, I'm going to take an hour this morning by myself. I'm going to run to Starbucks and sit down on my phone, on my laptop, and hammer out my posts for the month. Schedule time. Lower your stress level so you can show up as the best version of yourself for your team, for your business. So you can change and be blessed without the stress. All right. Love you guys.